こんにちは。
ロコモビオです。本日はお忙しい中お越しいただきありがとうございます。この発表会はアメリカにもお届けしますので、今から英語でお話しいただきます。よろしくお願いします。
So, good afternoon. We are Team Locomobio. My name is Scott. I'm the producer and artist of the scenes.
I'm Vera. I'm the gameplay programmer and a game designer.
I'm Eric. I'm the system programmer and associate producer.
So our advisors are Vera, of course, and Mika Sasaki. So why we called Locomobio? Because we're trying to develop a mobile game on we're trying to develop a locomotive game, and we use the mobile device to play it, and the location is at Osaka. So we're trying to combine the three elements together and create something unique. So a quick overview of our presentation. We will first talk about our background of our project, and then we'll talk about the gameplay and technology for our game, followed by a schedule for the rest of our semester. And last but not least, the challenges that we will be facing. So a little bit of our background. We are a student pitch project, so we don't actually have a client to report to. So we will be creating our own goals and milestones to develop our game, and then we will report it back to the ETC. Our motivation to pitch this project is because we are really interested in the connection between train and mobile device. These two things are frequently used by Japanese people, but there's not really a connection in between them. So we're trying to make a game to give people a new train riding experience. And also, our game will only be playable on the train system. So it will follow a really strict schedule, and we can use the time schedule combined with the GPS system to create something unique. And lastly, we are also really interested in the Japanese culture and how their habits of playing a game is, and we will try to study and incorporate it into our game as well. So inspirations. We gathered a lot of inspirations for a lot of different games, but one of the most important games we think is called Mushroom Garden, which is the Namiko game. And the game is really important because of its really, really simple gameplay mechanics, and also its high replayability. And also the art is really cute, so people will keep coming back and play it. So we will try to use some elements from that game to incorporate into our game. Our deliverable will be a playable prototype, which will be a proof of concept for our idea. So the hardware and software that we will use to develop our game. First, we will develop our game on a smartphone, which can be an Android or iOS device. And we will be using the GPS technology, which is built inside the smartphones. And of course, we will be using the overground train system, which right now we're only focusing on the JR loop line. And we will use the Unity 3D engine to develop our game because it can be easily ported into other devices. It can be easily ported into Android and iOS device. So let's talk about our game. So our game will have three different gameplay mechanics. So the first gameplay mechanics is called NPC interaction. So since it's a little bit hard for me to explain, we will ask Sato-san over here to show us his one day from home to work. So in the morning when he's traveling on the train, he will turn on our game. As he passes by the first station, he'll be able to meet an NPC, a character. So right now over here he meets Maru-kun. So Maru-kun asks Sato-san if he could deliver this this letter to the person living at the next station. So Sato-san said yes. So So at the next station, he'll be able to meet another character. His name is called Okakata Puri-kun. He's a takoyaki. So he'll be able to deliver the letter to him and complete this mission or request. So we're trying to design so that every station has a unique character living on it. So, and then because they're living on the station, they'll also be able to move around the stations as well. So for example, if Maru-kun moved from point A, station A to station B, you won't be able to see him at station A anymore. Instead, you have to go to station B to visit Maru-kun. So Vera is going to talk about our second gameplay.
Thanks, Scott. So now let me talk about our second gameplay mechanic, which is a capture and a collection system. So let's still talk about Sato-san's one-day life. So when Sato-san from home to work, and during the way from one station to another, he can drop those trap down or this net down. And after the whole day after his work, he'll go back from work to home. And on the way, he'll surprisingly find all the trap he set is already like be captured or something. Like, and also learn from Mushroom Garden. We know that it's really good experience that you can collect all the things. So we just build this library system which will keep track of all the things you have captured. And if you just collect all the things, maybe you will get a really big prize. And the third game mechanic is from one question: what can we do with the item that we captured? So now the answer is the cooking system. So you can combine those things you have captured and came into a new thing. So what can a melon combine with a shrimp be? It will be really interesting to see. Next, let me talk about the item design. So like this. For each item, they will have like different attributes, like this. So for this crazy melon, so he has the name. He also has a description to describe what that is. He will belongs to the type of melon, and he will just have a dialogue like might. And also, the last but not least is the rarity. All the items will have different rarity, and all the type will have 4 different kind of items, which represent all the different variety. Usually, the 1-star item will be really normal, you can get them really easily, and the 4-star, you will be really hard to get them. And with the increasing of the stars, they will have more and more personality and characteristics. And for now, we already designed the 16 different items, belongs to 4 different types, and with both English version and Japanese version. And the one thing that we haven't mentioned before is the function, which will be used in the later cooking system. And our artists already designed most of the items for now, so luckily we will see it in the game. So now let me show you our demo.
Other side.
Oh. Alright, this is a really simple demo. Let's see. So from Osaka station to Tema station, you can drop down those traps, and you can see. So like, for example, like Sato-san from home to work, he is going through this. And because this is just a simple simulation, so you can see it will be really easily be captured those items here. And after this will be the first game mechanic, which is the NPC interaction. And let's see, after Sato-san finish his work and get back from work to home, he will just get all the things that he captured, like this. And now this is really roughly demo, just to show the main idea, and later we'll add more and more features into it. And let's see, what can we get? A dog again. All right, okay, love it. Then after this is our gameplay part, and then let our system programmer to talk about the tech.
pursue thingy thing. That's slideshow thing.
Okay. So now it's time to talk about the core part of the system, is the tag system. So we have three parts of our tag system done by coders, which is the GPS input system, the schedule, the train schedule, and station schedule, and also a GPS simulator for our test. So first talk about the GPS input. So here is a map for the Osaka Kanjosen. So you can see it's a real map. The first thing we need to do is to turn this real map into a data we can program with. So we put in key points between those stations and just to mark the shape of the railway. And then we can use straight lines to connect these points. So we get an estimated version of map we can do our program on it. The data structure we use for the stations will have the next station and the previous station. It goes to clockwise and counterclockwise. And also each station will have a set of key points we just mentioned above. And the next thing we need to do is import the schedules from the JR train. On the left-hand side is the data from the JR official website. And the right-hand side is the data we need to use in our game. So we made our tool to convert data from left side to right side. And similarly, we have data structure for train schedule and the station schedule. And finally, we have the GPS simulator. One reason for that is we still don't have the UT license for Android and iOS for now. So a simulator will allow us, like programmers, to make a game even without license for now. And also, with the simulator, we can save us a lot of time to just do small tasks in our office instead of going on the JR train. So the simulator basically takes the scheduled data and output a simulated, estimated location information. Okay, so next is the team schedule after quarters. So our artist Scott will keep doing art and design for characters, items, and UIs, and his tasks scatters all over the semester. And gameplay programmer Vera will finish up the two basic gameplay features, which is the capture and collection, and also the NPC interaction. And she will keep doing the cooking system after halves. And for me, as the system programmer, the next thing I'll do is to incorporate the touch input and the motion input for the device, and also include a Twitter feature for the game. We have several challenges. The first is like we're doing a new technology, combining the GPS input with the train schedule. We need to design a system that best fits our game. And none of us are native Japanese people, so a task for us is to learn Japanese culture and use what we learned to develop our game. And one of the big challenges is to design a replayable gameplay. We want our players to easily pick up our game in the train and are willing to play it every day. Playtest is a huge problem, since our game requires the player to stick with it for a long period. So it is hard to find local Japanese people to test our game. So if any of you are interested in playtest our game, we are more than happy to have you here. And finally, we are a small team, only 3 people, so each of us will have multiple roles. We will learn how to help out each other whenever necessary during the semester. And that's all our presentation, and now we're open for questions. 以上は発表会でした。質問とかなんか感想とかお願いします。本語でも大丈夫です。ダメだったら美香さんお願いします。
なんかすごく分かりやすかったんですけど、線路を会社に行くときにトラップを仕掛けて帰ってくるときにそれに自分で引っかかるってことですか？
はい。
仕掛けておいたら帰りに楽しみが待ってる時が
網を張ってるってことですか？
ああそうだ。で何がかかってるかわからないですね。どんなメロンが入ってるか。
行くときになんかトラップとかなんか置いて、
仕掛けをしておいて、
帰るときはなんか何かあったなってこういう楽しみです。
どちらかといったらその 旅行客とかよりもその現地に住んでいる人の方が大事なんでしょうね。
学生さんやサラリーマンさんがもっと楽しめると思います。
これを取った素材を持って帰って料理に
そうですね。駅に、住んでいるなんか方たちはリクエストを受けるかもしれないです。なんか料理が食べたいなと思う、こういうリクエストが、そしてなんか自分が集めた素材を料理を作ることができます。
なんかメロンパンが欲しいとか、
メロン
だからメロンと
卵や
豆腐と同じで、
そういう感じです。
駅にキャラクターが一人ずついて、最初にあったみたいに、お願いを
そうですね。
されるミッションもクリアしないといけない。
I have a question. What if the user took another way back from office to their home? So it's gonna be rotten.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
question.
If you put down the trap and haven't taken in a long time, something might change.
It will be like maybe from 1-star thing to a 2-star thing.
もしかしてトラックを置いた後長い時間にそのまま置いたらなんか変質かもしれない、変なものを使うかもしれない、時間にもかかります。そしてなんか捕まえたものも場所によって違いますので、海があるところになんかエビとか使います。
通勤経路以外でもいいんですか？
はい、そう。
ちょっと今日は梅田に行くわって言ったその間に
一応でください。
違うものが作ったかもしれないですね。
ものすごく限定したその身近なコミュニティの中でだったらものすごく面白いと思うんですけど、なんかコンセプトとかそのテーマかなんかその異文化のなんか文化っていう部分があったじゃないですか。
文化ですね。
はい、文化を知るというか、なんかそういうのがありませんでしたっけ？
文化かな。私たちのリサーチによっては日本人は集めるのがとても好きですかね。
修正的な。
だからこういうなんか集めるシンプルなゲームを作りたいと思います。その後もなんか環状線を使っていますから、環状線の隣がどんな店とかどんななんかスポットとかあるのかなって、こういう要素も置いていくと思います。大阪中とか。
すごく可愛くて私は大阪、住んでるところは大阪じゃなくて兵庫県なので、大阪でも行く場所って結構決まってるんですね。なんか本当に会社に行くまでのところしか大阪でも行ったことがあったりとかするんで、いつも行く場所以外のところに、例えばなんか天王寺に久しぶりに行ってみようと思って普段行かないところに行った時になんかすごいレアな人が出てきたりとか、普段行かないところに来たくなるような要素があるとすごく魅力的だなと。
そうですね。はい。その使うものだけではなく、この駅に住んだキャラクターもなんか飛行士するんですよね。もしすごくなんかお友達になった後飛行士したらちょっと見に行くかなと思う感じもあります。
会いたいから。
そう。
岡田パブリックになりたいから天王寺行こうみたいな。
地域を限定ある程度するんですか？
環状線の中で。
そうですね。実は地上電車でどこでもいいんですけど、私たちは3人しかないので、そしてなんか1か月しかないので、環状線、はい、今は環状線です。
たこ焼きさん以外 に住んだりする
今は
みんなたこ焼き
はいみんな
なんかお好み焼きのマグリ
でもね、面白いかもしれない。
期間限定でこの駅にお好み焼き
ちょっといいとかな。
ありがとうございました。